I mean, as people, we tend to identify with kind of groups that we belong to. And I mean, a very well-known theory within psychology is social identity theory. So this is the idea that we get a lot of sort of self-esteem from the groups that we belong to, and we tend to, as a result of that, unconsciously overvalue the characteristics of the in-group and devalue the characteristics of the out-group, whatever that might be. And so in the context of whatever seminar group that you've taken part in, the in-group becomes this group of people that have the shared experience with you and the shared knowledge or understanding, and the out-group are people that don't know about it. And often you hear from people that have taken part in LGATs, and they'll say it's been great and I've learned so much and I've become a better person, etc. And then you speak to people that they know, and the people that they know don't necessarily agree with that. They kind of feel like they became a bit smug, or they became like they knew something that everyone else didn't, and that only people in the group were part of this wonderful thing, and people that were outside were kind of made to feel like they were missing out on something, or that they were lesser in some way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's evidenced in, have you read Rick Ross's book on cults at all?
I've read a lot of his stuff, but I haven't actually got his book. Yeah.
Okay. Because there are a number of chapters near the end on interventions to try and get people out of these different types of groups. And there is one documented for LGATs, and it's actually a medical
Okay.
doctor. The medical doctor was in a particular LGAT.
Ah,
All his colleagues had noticed a change for the negative in his personality and behavior and the way he
yeah.
was treating other people. His wife and kids had noticed the negative change. He thought he was only moving in the right direction with great positivity, till they took him through the kind of extraction process, at which point he sat there in silence and eventually agreed never to go back. So with the right
Yeah.
line of questioning, he was brought back down to earth again, and that saved his marriage. And so
Yeah.
it's fascinating how we do end up in that little, it's like an ego tunnel or a group.
Yeah.
We think we're amazing. We kind of have this special knowledge or special ability now. We've been through these processes, and actually a lot of other people are looking at us thinking, turned into a bit of a dick.
Yeah. I think that's something that's been noticed quite a lot, is that, yeah, people that have gone through think that it's made them into much better versions of themselves. And then people that they interact with aren't necessarily always in agreement.
Yeah, that I found that in myself. I know Kelly will speak about this as well. That narrowed my social circle significantly. And one of the things that triggered me and got me to really jolt out of this back in March was a friend of mine had his 50th birthday party. And I got to hang out with people I used to hang out with a lot, and then almost distanced myself from over the 10 years I was involved with this organization. And suddenly it dawned on me how great it was to hang out with these people. Then the horror comes. What the hell have I been doing for the last 10 years? And sort of like, it's like a big slap in the face. And yeah, crikey, there's something going on here that's not me, that's not quite right. And then the nervous system shit kicks in, and you have a little bit of a PTSD response. And I think Kelly can speak to that more than I can. But yeah, it's tough when you suddenly realize that you have been indoctrinated. There's been some thought reform. You have had a dogma or a doctrine implanted in your psyche that might not quite be reality. And yet you've been running around in your life thinking you're some kind of superior person. That's not
Yeah.
good brain chemistry when that happens.